This morning, discover the how-to secrets of selling your home for cash in any location or condition, hassle-free. Lathe Lavada, he's the real estate investor, buyer, and broker for First Prime Realty Group. You've seen him on TV before. Good man, and he's here to tell you about how you can do this. It's great having you. How are you?
Thank you.
Good to be here. Let's talk about this. As a seller, why would you choose to sell to an investor like yourself for cash as opposed to putting it on the market, getting the agent, and selling it that way?
Well, there's a lot of different reasons for that. You know, we had one seller whose mother was suffering from dementia, and she didn't want folks going in and out of the property. So a quick, easy sale with an investor like myself just made sense. There's other times when the house just needs massive repairs.
Yeah.
We just had a seller call us. She was out of state, and the house actually had some water damage. There was they cut away the sheetrock and this and that. And that's an unclosable deal for a buyer who's getting a loan until those repairs are made.
Exactly, yep.
So sometimes those sellers aren't able or willing to make those repairs, and they've just got to sell the property, and that's where selling to a cash investor, again, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, those loan companies aren't going to be throwing money on an asset that isn't like ready to go. So let's say you have a house that the roof needs to be repaired and it's in pretty bad shape. Rather than spending the $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 or more that might cost, just come to you and say, listen, can you just take this off our hands and you'll take care of it.
That's exactly right. We just actually sold a property that when we bought it, the thing was practically falling over, right?
Wow.
It's like, should we just, push this thing over or do some repairs on it? But we ended up putting about $70,000 into that property.
Wow.
Now it looks brand new, right? But that had a lot of stuff in the backyard that needed to be removed. I mean, there was just a lot of repairs. It needed some plumbing work. It needed drywall work. It needed texture. It needed a new roof. It didn't have walls around the backyard, so we had to do that. I mean, there was just a number of things. It didn't have flooring. A number of different things that needed to be done. So that's what usually precedes a sale to me. Or there's a medical condition or a hardship of some sort like that. We've had sellers who are facing cancer and they need to go out of state for treatment. So you don't want to be dealing with a house that needs a lot of repairs or dealing with a stressful situation when you're going through something like that. You need a quick, easy sale, a guaranteed sale that will close on your timeline, not the buyer's timeline.
Gotcha. When it comes to stresses, moving is another massive stress, and especially if you're lugging stuff around that you don't even want, like those big, remember those big entertainment centers in the 90s? They were for the tube TVs. No one wants them. What do you do with that stuff? Do we have to hire like a company to haul that out, or what do we do?
Well, a lot of times our sellers need help doing that because either they don't have the financing to do it, or they just may be elderly, or they don't have people to help them. So what I say to most of the sellers is leave what you don't want, I'll take care of the rest. And that really takes down the stress levels because that's what we do. We're going to be removing items and things from the property anyway to rehab it. So just leave what you don't want, I'll take care of that. The dumpster will be there, exactly. Yeah, so why make that a stressful situation for the seller?
Sometimes the seller doesn't have the money to pay for the move before the move. How about that? Are you able to work anything out there or no?
Yeah, a lot of times we'll do a post-occupancy agreement after we close.
Okay.
So that just means that we close on the deal, we wire the funds to the seller, the escrow company does, after we close, and we do an agreement for them to be able to stay after they get their money. So now they can take care of their moving expenses. If they need to move some wanted items, they can do that. They can pay for the down on a rental or another house if they're buying another house. So yes, we're able to close on a transaction, purchase it, allow the seller to stay to make it an easy transaction.
If we want to get the ball rolling on this, how do we get it started?
Well, just call my office. We'll set up a pre-offer inspection, which just means we're going to come to the house and make sure that we have our numbers right. So when we get to the closing day, we're not changing things, right?
There's no surprises.
Right, there's a lot of national buyers and even local buyers out there that may or may not know the market, may or may not know what the property is worth or what the repairs need to be done on it. We don't want that to happen. We've had sellers who are right at the closing table, the thing falls out, the buyer tries to make a reduction on the property, and either you got to take it or you've got to cancel, and now the U-Haul's sitting in a driveway and there's no place to go.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've been able to jump in situations like that and really be helpful because we can close, as quickly as 3 to 7 days, in a lot of scenarios. And that's been really helpful to a lot of sellers who've found themselves in that situation with a buyer who just didn't know what needed to be done because they didn't do that pre-offer inspection like we do.
No doubt. Lathe, it's great having you as always.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Listen, you can sell your home for cash guaranteed quick and easy, no obligation, 24-hour cash offer. Just give Lathe Lavada a call at 702-476-2000. Again, 702-476-2000. First Prime Realty is a proud sponsor of the Morning Blind.